What's up, guys? Welcome back to another action-packed adventure here on AC Designs Garage, and we got something super special for y'all. That's right, we're going to be doing the electric paint gun today. Here she is. Make sure you stay tuned to the end because you won't believe the results. Here we go. Pow! Look at that. Airless sprayer. Now, I haven't been super excited about doing this. I've never used this thing. Is brand new. I bought it off the old Amazon. I'll put links to these in the description below down there if y'all want to scoop one of these up, and I'll tell you the reason that I chose this one. So this thing comes with a lot of tips, and one thing I do like about them, you got to watch them. Some of them don't have all this, but these come with brass tips, and it comes with a vast assortment here of them. I think there's 6 tips. I've got the 1.0 in here, which is the smallest that I found. Most of these guns that I see guys usually come with a 1.5. So I wanted to find one that had the smallest tip possible to where it helped bust up and atomize it. These things come with a, hold on, I gotta look here. That is a 2.5. That is a hog dog, boy. You could put on some high build primer with that one. See what this one is. 2.2. They got them wrote on here. They're kind of etched on the thing right there. That's a 2.0. That is a 1.8. And that is a 1.5. That's the ones most of them use, but I've got in mind the 1.0, and I'm hoping it's gonna atomize this stuff. And it comes with this little flow thingy and a cleaner. It's got some extra gaskets, and it does come with this really nice bag. It's like, I don't know what it's made of, but it's a really cool bag to put it in to protect it. It comes with a bunch of little masks, but don't wear these if you're using base coat. If you're doing latex or waterborne, you can get by with these. Don't use them if you're using base coat, clear coat. Let's see what else. It came with some safety glasses. Also came with a pair of gloves and other stuff. But anyway, I just want to show you what it is. But it's a Picatos. I don't know what it is. That's what y'all figure out what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna link it below in the description box. Y'all can save y'all some moolah, and anything else that I can, we're gonna drop down in the description box below. All this stuff will be under my Amazon affiliate links. Like I said, no extra cost to y'all. It just gives you a place to find it, and you be able to use what I'm using. Yeah, this is a cool little gun. This thing is a big block. Some of them are 800 watt. This here, we got the 1000 watt unit. So that's why I went with it. It's got the 1.0 tip and it's got the big block in it. But let me show you how easily this thing goes together. Basically, this thing's got the little cup down here you can clean out. Got your pickup tube. I guess it's got a little trigger stop where you can back this out to where it won't go but so far. And it comes apart like a regular gun does. Got your air cap and all that stuff. And you ain't got a whole lot of stuff to clean up. You just take this thing off. It's got this little piece here. You just stick your tip in there like that and put your air cap on and screw it in. Now you can adjust this one to spray like a regular paint gun. It'll spray this way to where it's spraying flat like this if you need to go up and down. Or if you turn it this way, it's like a regular car fan. And also it showed if you turn it like on a 45, it showed in the book it'll spray like a circle pattern, but we're gonna spray it just like the straight up regular old paint guns we always spray. Then you just take this unit, locked and loaded, you push this button here to release it, and you just got a trigger. And if you don't want to do a full trigger, I guess you can just back that out. We're going full bore here, and it'll push against this to where it won't go. I wanted the plug-in model, not the battery pack one, because I don't want to be in the middle of painting something and the battery go dead. It's not that heavy, it's fairly light, but yeah, it's pretty balanced. This is a 1000 watt max AC 110 60 hertz. Yeah, is that not something like off Star Trek? Check that thing out. It's pretty balanced though. The good thing is they got the motor way back here on the back, so when you put your paint, it's pretty balanced. This is your pressure regulation. We're gonna go full bore, big as the fan will go. We'll do a couple spray outs over here on our little cardboard. Also, another big surprise we got for you today, we're gonna be doing base coat, clear coat. A lot of you guys have talked about you wanted to up your game from the turbo and the spray paint stuff, but you want to steal something affordable. So I figured let's try some affordable, base coat, clear coat. You can probably buddy up with some body shops and they'll have like some leftover paint. So that's what I'm using here. I think this is Metalux. It's 9300. It's black. It goes 2 to 1. This is jet black. You guys want to see a jet black? We're gonna shoot, our famous door out there we always shoot. We're gonna shoot it with this 9300. It goes 2 to 1. Also, we're going to be using the good old Vice Grip Garage 1776 clear. This is not the wipe on stuff. This is a regular old clear that we used before. Like I said, none of this stuff was sponsored. I bought all this stuff with my moolah. Let's see, I don't want to tell you wrong. It's the Vice Grip Garage mixes 4-to-1, 4 part clear, 1 part catalyst, hardener, whatever you want to call it. Now, this stuff here, you do need to cut and buff it within 48 hours if you're going to. I'm going to be wet sanding with 600 grit here on the good old motor guard block. We'll go get that prepped, and we'll see what we can do with this thing. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing scratched up, because I'm anxious to see what that airless sprayer is gonna do. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So this is our good old door. You know, we've cut and buffed and all that stuff. So we're gonna keep with the old tradition now. This color here, it's a whole lot blacker. It's as black as you can get. We'll have to get it out. Once it's dried, we'll get it out in the sunshine. You better see it. So we're gonna do our good old standby. Just gonna drop this down in the bucket of water. It's already got water in it. We're just gonna drizzle some Dawn in it. Like I said, you don't want to put the Dawn in before the water, because it'll turn into nothing but suds. But what this does, it's gonna sand it and clean it at the same time in case there's something on it. Also, I'm gonna grab me a Scotch shop rag and throw in there to pre-wash it down. We're gonna scuff her down and see what kind of mess I can make. All right, guys, I went ahead in there and got me some of the red Scotch Brite, maroon Scotch Brite, whatever you want to say. I'm gonna let it soak too. We'll go over it last, especially these little tight crevasses here. That does a little better job in there. So I can't wait to see what this thing's gonna do. I don't know, I ain't tried it. You know how I am. I'm gonna shoot from the hip. I ain't gonna try nothing before I cut the camera on. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to sand at a little angle like that right there. Come this way. You never want to sand straight, guys, like that. You'll dig a ditch in there and you don't want it. So always, and you're covering more surface area when you're on like a little 45 like this. So I'll just rinse it out, and when I get down here to the crevasse, I'll just roll it up on the edge and just kind of sand with it. And then we'll come back and block that edge down. You ain't got to hog down on it. Just give it a little pressure here, and you just want a little tooth in here for it to grab onto. And all this white stuff right here, don't worry about it. You start seeing it, you're good to go. That's just your clear. You start seeing the color, whatever your color is, starting to come through, then you've cut through. But right now, us totally repainting this, it really don't matter that much. I'm not trying to cut through. It's better not to, but if you do, it's all right. What I usually do, I go over it, a couple times, maybe 3 for Dale. You know how that goes. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up here with this edge, just roll it up. That's why I use a softer block so it don't dig in on these shapely parts. All right, I'm gonna just use this red Scotch Brite up here on the upper half. Get it scratched up pretty good. Make sure you're getting all the little crevasses real nice. Edges you don't want up in here are areas that'll peel really easy. So you want to take your finger and get in this little crease right here, because you don't want them flaking. It don't matter how expensive or how good a paint you use. If you don't prep it good, it ain't gonna last. I think that's why the turbo bed down there's lasted us about 8 months now. With the clear on it, it's held up good. Also, guys, if you want one of these rad Death for Electric AC Designs Garage t-shirts, the Shake Master 4000 custom pinstripe vintage style sunglasses, and these Richardson 112 hats, you know where to go get it. Only at www.acdesignsgarage.com. and we appreciate it. Now what this thing should look like when y'all are done is it should look like it's flat black. So we're gonna wash the sludge off and take our little block. We can use it as a squeegee. Out those little foam blocks work good as squeegees. We'll just unwrap it, wet her a little bit. We'll get her dried off there, sit in the sun a little bit, and we'll get out the old electric sprayer and see what she does. All right, I went and picked me up old microfiber towel here, and just good dry one. Just gonna dry it off, and before we shoot it, we're still gonna go over it with the Sprayway glass cleaner, because it's pretty clean. Now if this thing had grease and stuff all over it, you'd probably want to use a wax and grease then, like the Sprayway cleaner or some pre-clean, whatever. We'll pull her out here into the good old North Carolina bake cycle. I'm standing in it now with this humidity, guys. You guys that live out west, I've been to California. Out west is nice without this humidity. It's like 75%. It's almost raining. It's so humid out here right now. Welcome to the Southeast. That's about what we're looking for right there, guys. She's good and matte black looking. She's good and scratchy it all up. Like I said, if you got any extra areas, it's pretty glossy or something, you can go back and hit them. So I'm just going to soak her down pretty good. And we'll do this again before we paint. I'm just going to do kind of like a pre-clean on here. Get any soap residue or anything like that off of it. Can't never have a paint job clean enough. Now when we come back next time, we're gonna have gloves on because we don't want to get any grease on here right before we do it. That be looking good. Make sure we get it shook up real good. I need to make me an adapter for the Shake Master to put these little cans in. You want to see black? That, my friends, is black. That is jet black. Now, if you're wanting to buy some of this, let me grab me a towel. If you're wanting to buy some paint, I don't know that you can get this. I don't even know if they still make this stuff or not. But I know TCP Global sells, you know, to individuals, homeowners, whatever you want to call it. Instead of being a body shop, you can go in there and buy stuff. They got different kinds. You just have to surf the internet to see who will sell base coat, but I think like your local Napa stores, they have Nason and stuff. Just check around your neck of the woods and tell them you want a jet black, darkest black you can possibly get if this is what you're wanting. Whatever y'all want to do. Now since it's 9,000 degrees, we're using slow reducer. Anything over 75 degrees or so, you need to use the slow reducer. Anything cooler than 75, you want medium. Anything cooler than I think 60, I think you want to use fast. So we're going to use slow because we want to flow out the best we can. This is 2-to-1, so I'm probably going to do a number 2. I doubt we're going to do 3 for Dale. I don't need that much. We'll do a number 2. All right, I'm going to show you guys how I try to show this at all of them, how to read these mixing cups. But you can see here, it says 2-to-1 on that. Well, that's what this base coat mixes. If you hadn't used these things a lot, they're pretty easy once you figure them out. But if you hadn't, don't feel bad about putting a piece of tape on here so you don't get confused on all the stuff. I'm going to cover up that. See, this is 2 1-to-1. I'm going to cover up that other side right there just so it don't confuse us. So, that's the column we're going to be doing. Roll them under, we don't need them. So we're going to do the number 2. Your numbers, your first number is going to be your base coat or your clear coat. And on this don't use a catalyst, so this is going to be reducer. So your base coat is going to be your 2. Your 1's going to be your reducer. If we was doing 4 1-to-1, it would be your clear coat, your catalyst, and your reducer. So first round, we're going to pull this one off. We're going to do the 2. So I'm gonna fill it to that line. So y'all watch that for me. Let me stir this a little bit too. Make sure everything's stirred up good. Okay, now we're gonna pour up to that too. Actually, I tell you what, yeah, let's go 2. Probably don't need that much considering it's black already. But I don't want to mix way too much. So now we're at the 2. I went and got a rag, I thought. Oh, it's in my pocket. You always want to wipe these things off. Okay, now we're going to pull off that 2. And we're going to go up to the next 2. Right there, you see the 2? That's going to be the next 2. And that'll be our reducer. So watch that line right there. Yeah, up to right there. And now we're ready to stir it up. And that, my friends, is how to use a mixing cup. After you get used to it, you don't have to use them lines anymore. I just wanted to show you a way to do it and not get confused when you're first doing it. You got to learn how to do it. But I hope that's enough, so I'm gonna have confidence and put the lid back on it. But you want to get this incorporated really good. See, you can't even see through that base coat. That's black air. Black. 2 to 1. This is what a lot of it's called mix and bank black. So we get these strainers. Actually, a lot of these strainers actually come with it. So here we go. I hope this is enough. It should be plenty. Especially since it's black. If it was primered or sealer gray or something like that, it may not be enough. Like that, making a mess everywhere. Oh well, that's part of painting. Alrighty. Now, put this thing on here. Tighten her up. Alrighty, got her loaded up, so I'm just gonna put her all the way forward to see what she does up here. Turn it all the way back. Yeah, she's still gonna be a little chunky monkey. Adjust it down there. Okay, anyways, she still don't atomize like a spray gun, so yeah, we're gonna stay back from it, try to do the best we can. Mask on. Yep, she's a little rough. We'll let this dry just a little bit and see how she looks. Well, I will say, it will put paint on stuff. Now, would I advise a metallic? Nah. That's gonna be blotchy, it's gonna be a little rough. But that said, I don't know how the clear is going to do, but I'm going to say that it's going to chunky monkey the clear too. Do one more coat of base on here, then we're going to do the clear. But that saying, I'm going to do about probably just 2 coats of that clear, because this throwing it on thick. But with the clear, you can cut and buff it flat. Depending how it looks, I may come back tomorrow and cut and buff it if I can find time, just to level it up and make it look good and show that you can make it look good. It's probably gonna take a little more effort, guys. You can do it with this thing, but it'll be challenging, I will say. Yeah. All right, let's go get the gun. It's tacked. It won't come off on your fingers, stuff like that. It's base coat, so it dries pretty quick. And we're gonna put another coat on it. All right, guys, here we go. I added, like I said, about 10% more reducer, just like a cap full, basically. There we go. Well, that should be colored, so we'll let her dry and come back here and look at it. And it's just a splash of base left in here. All right, guys, we're gonna clean her up real quick. All right, well, I put some thinner in here and shook it around real good. We're gonna blow some through the tip and make sure she's cleaned out good, and then go to the clear. Right, here we go. 4-1-1 Bicycle Garage 1776 clear. We're gonna do it up to probably the 2 again. Hate to waste too much. Let's see. That's probably gonna take the 2. Okay, we're gonna go up to the 2. This stuff here will probably do a little better. Like this. Always make sure you wipe your lid and stuff off. This stuff here will probably do a little better than the base, maybe because it's just thinner, and maybe it'll atomize a little better. We're gonna see. I may vary with the trigger or something, try to get the best we can out of it. We'll wipe this lid off a little bit better here, because it's still got a little on it. Just take you a little thinner. You don't want your lid sticking and stuff. Get that cleaned off of there. So we did a 2. Get on there. All right, got that tightened up. Now your callus or your hardener is next. So we'll go to the 2 on it. With just a hair over. Wipe your lid off. Now we'll go to a 2 with the reducer. Using slow reducer because it's so hot. I'm probably gonna put 2 or 3 coats, because if it's still a little peely, that seems to be what it's doing, is being a little peely. So we may put a little extra clear, or maybe we can cut and buff it flat. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. Don't worry, I'm not going to stick this dirty end down there. I just don't feel like walking to the other part of the shop to get a stir stick. So we're going to get this stirred up really good. Put a filter on it and put it in the thing here. We're going to go shoot this unit. Always filter your paint. This is pretty thin, so I'm going to try not to turn this into a marathon. Don't want no runs. If it runs it, I'm just going to sand it down. We're going to repaint something next week, I guess. I don't know. Now, this may be promising. Let's check her out. Mask up. Well, it's a hot air. She's still a little peely though, but she's shiny, kinda. The clear actually does do a little bit better, but it really sprays like a turbo can, guys. So we're gonna let that rest a little bit and come back and put us another coat on her. But we're gonna try to put a flow coat. I'm gonna put a little extra on here and see if it'll lay down. I don't know, we'll see. There we go. Turn this thing out of the sunshine so I can, so it don't burn it too bad. Well guys, what you think? She's pretty peely, not bad, but more peely than I like. But if you look in the reflections in the background, she's bad peely, and that's what it does. It dumps the stuff to it. It's got a reflection. I like the color. The black is black. All right, guys. I got the old unit cleaned up there. Cleaned up pretty good. It comes apart pretty easy, so it's easy to clean up. But what's my nickel 98 opinion of this thing? Can you paint a car with it? Yes. It's gonna be a little work, but you can paint a car with it. Is it a good piece? Is it worth what you buy? Yeah, because it's made to really shoot varnishes and, you know, latex paint stuff. It's not really made to shoot base coat, clear coat, or like Rust-Oleum or something. We're just trying to make it do stuff it ain't supposed to do. The only downfall to it is you get a lot of peel. And if you can't afford a compressor or a paint gun or anything like that, and you want to step up from like the turbo cans and stuff, this is your next step, I guess. Because it shoots about like a turbo can does. It drills it. It just ain't got as wide of a fan. So it's been sitting outside in the North Carolina paint booth for about 15 minutes now. It's got 2 coats, 2 good old, 2 or 3 heavy coats. I can't remember. It's hot out here. 2 or 3 heavy coats of the 1776 clear. It dries pretty quick. It's in the shop right now. It is 100 degrees. So let's go out here to horse even hotter. See what she looks like. Da, 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 da. Well guys, it's flowing out pretty good. It's not horrible. I mean, it looks a little better than a turbo can really, but you know, we're not gonna leave it at that. But you can see the peel. We'll get in here close where you can see it. I ain't trying to hide nothing from you because the camera don't show a lot of times this stuff, but if you look real close you can see the peel. But it's not too bad. Now am I gonna say it's gonna be easy to paint a car with this? No. It's gonna be a lot of work, but hey, depends on how bad you want it. So I guess this is all for today because I'm about to croak out here. I wasn't going to, but for you guys, I can't leave this thing not looking slicker than snot. I just can't. So tomorrow we're gonna cut and buff it. It's probably some of the thickest peel I've had to cut and buff through. So yeah. So I'm gonna get my stuff and go to the house and get me an ice cold Pepsi and sit down and think about it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, it's the next day, about 9 a.m. It's already 70% humidity. Yeah, we're right there. 70% humidity, 80 degrees. It's thick. The air's thick. So today's the day we're gonna attempt to make this thing slicker than snot. Can you make this panel look good after spraying it with that thing? We're gonna see. I don't know if we can get all the peel out. We're gonna try, put a good bit on it. We kind of built it up a lot thicker. Now I'll be using 2 processes today instead of like, you know, normally I hand sand everything. I'm gonna hand sand some on it, but for the main reason it's hot and I want to get done a lot faster. And number 2, I don't have any 1,000 or 1,500 in the sheet paper. I've just got 25. I'm about to buy some more. So the 1,000 and the 1,500, that's right, because this is rougher than what we're usually doing with the spray cans. The 1,000 and the 1,500, we're going to DA. It's got the little squishy interface pad on it. So we're going to 1,000 it to get it as flat as we can. Then we'll go to 1,500. All this is going to be wet. 1,500 to take the 1,000 scratches out. Then we're going to jump up to 2,500 on a block because that's the only pieces that I got in the flat paper. And we're just using the same water we had yesterday to wipe it off with. It's got the Dawn dish soap and everything in it, but you can look at it. I don't know how good the camera is going to show it up. But she pretty peely. She pretty peely. So that's the reason it's starting with the 1,000. So let's get at it. Today we're going to be using, like we always do, the good old Bauer Harbor Freight Edition DA buffer. Works like a beast. We're using the 3M. That's the burgundy color one here is for the cutting, and the thicker black one is for the buffing or polishing. These are 6-inch microfiber, and we got some microfiber towels there, and I gotta figure out where to set this that is not dirty until I get everything set up. Also, as normal, and like I said before, we'll link all this stuff in the description below. We're going to be using the 105 Meguiar's to cut it with, and the 205 to polish it with. And I also have a video on this buffer right here. This thing's great, man. I got the Rupes. I need to get a new board for it. My board went out. Is the reason I got this to start with. But all I've done to this thing right here is I had a video and I showed how to change the grease in the head of it up here, and it does work better. And also, Buddy Dan the man sent me I don't know if we're going to use it on this one. It works really good when you're over top, like on the hood. He sent me a handle to put on it, so we'll see how as we're doing this, if we need that, we can just pop one of them screws out and put it in. But yeah, this is a heck of a buffer and polisher. All right, this is the next day. If you wondered how long to wait, this is the next day. I stopped yesterday at about 3 o'clock, and this down there. It's about 9:15 or something in the morning. So we're using the 3M 1000 grit. This is the hook. It's the Velcro. You can't do the sticky like this, obviously. So I like to use the hook it stuff. It works really good. You can take it on and off. It drops and hits the floor and stuff. It's okie dokie. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start on this big area here first. I'll just take my old rag here and let her drip down, and we're gonna cut her about half wide open and keep it flat. That's the whole trick to the thing, is keep it flat. It's sanding pretty good. This Vice Grip garage clear does sand pretty good. You do have to do it within 48 hours, they say, because this stuff gets rock hard if you don't. So let's check, see where we're at right here. All right, guys, now you can see it. What little bit we've done, we hadn't done much. But you see the peel, the little shiny stars all in it. We want it to look like this area right here. Once it gets to this, and it can have a couple little speckles and stuff like that in it, but once we get to this point here, we're going to jump up to the 15, and then we'll do the 25. But you can see how peel it is, especially when you run over it like that. But can it be made slicker and snot? We're going to try our best. So I'm gonna try to get the rest of the door about where this is here. Just try to work a whole area down at a time. We'll take our rag and throw back up on here where it'll drizzle down on it and get back at it. Now we're not pressing hard on this. We're just letting the sandpaper do the work. All right, take another gander at her. See how she gets. She ain't too bad. We'll dry it off so y'all can see it a little bit. Ah, there we go. That's starting to look better here. We'll focus in this areas here. I'll just take my finger and mark them like that. They kind of show up a little bit on here. And good thing I like about the wet sanding, you just rinse your pad off and it lasts a long time. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Alright guys, we got it pretty close with the 1000. Still got a little bit on this edge right here we're going to get. I went ahead and lightly hit this bottom down here. Here's the airline. When we're doing this up here, we're going to try to rotate it and keep all of it off we can here. If you're not comfortable with DA in this, if you have a DA, you can hand do this. I'm just pressed for time and it is hot out here. So I'm going to try to do this and not mess up, and we'll just see. So I've actually got this rolled up to where this is not barely touching that edge and it's not touching the top. So right, that's looking pretty good, I think. These little motor guard blocks work good as squeegees. They'll get down them crevasses real good. All right, let's take a gander at her. It's good to check her every now and then, so you don't go too far. Sludge off, I can't see what I've done. Alright, you can see here that we haven't been riding that line because they still peel. See through here, we're still shiny. So that's good. And if you want to leave just a little bit of that peel up here on this line, no problem. I'm going to come back and try to get this area here a little flatter if we can. Some of this is going to go away with the 1500 too, but the less I got to stay on this with the heavier grits, the better off you are. So let's get this area here. And this top edge is rough, but we're probably going 15 to 25 this, because where it's at, you can cut through pretty easy. So focus here, and we'll go to 1500. don't want to get into nothing, bugger up nothing too bad. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna call that good on the 1000. I'm gonna probably either hand do this upper part or something, but yeah, it looks good. I don't want to cut too much because we still got to get these 1000 grit scratches out. All right, now we jump into the 1500. Same stuff, 3M. The purple stuff works really good. This is 260L, if that means anything to you. So we're just gonna basically run over this real quick. I'm gonna do about 3 washes. I'll go over it, and then back over it. Unless we go back and see that it's still a little rough, but like I said, don't want to go too far, so we're gonna saturate this thing. Probably start at the top, work our way down. And boy, this thing here, I say guys, if I don't mess it up, she gonna look slicker than snot. I'm gonna tell you guys, that peel was pretty brutal on this thing, but hey, it shows that you can fix it. And if you got a paint gun, sometimes you're gonna paint and it's gonna be like this till you learn your settings real good. The slicker you can learn to paint with a gun, the less you have to do with this. But this is a nice little tool in the toolbox to have, I think. So anywho, let's get to sanding. Well, there she is, 1500. She's starting to look slicker than snot, guys. I can't wait. We get that 25, it'll start shining a little bit. I think I got enough out. Don't want to go too far because how much we've cut, but yeah, she's looking pretty sweet. I don't even know if I'm gonna fool this much. Like I said, I may just buzz some 25 by hand on that, because that's what I'm going to next. Because you see here, I barely hit this right here. It's still a little peel to it. But man, it goes down quick. So just be careful on these edges, guys. Whew. It's getting warm, guys. It's getting real warm. It's already 11 o'clock. Sun's about to come over the building. I got to get to get. So now we're going to go to the 2500 on just the paper. Regular old paper wrapped on a block. We're going to run over it maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times. I like to wash over it, like I said, 3 times. Using the good old 3M 2500. I'm a 3M guy when it comes to sandpaper, guys. It just seems to... You get what you pay for in this world of auto body most of the time. So, all right, we're gonna start up here. We're gonna wet her good. I'm gonna hit this top. The 25 don't cut as fast, but it'll cut fast on the edge. That's probably about all I'm gonna do right there. All right, we're gonna roll this up like that. We're gonna get the old crevasse here. You don't need a gym membership if you do body work. You know, it's a built-in gym membership. Got good cardio and everything. So we're gonna run over this part here about 3 times. That there should be pretty near good. Wipe that off, and we'll do it like we done the other. We'll go over it and come back and dry it just to see if it's got a little sheen, then we'll start buffing. I tell you guys, this is about the third time I've used a Bosch Grip Clear, the 1776, and this stuff busts good. Now, as long as you get it the next day, you need to come back down here and cut it. I don't know if you really need to have to buff it the same day, but you at least need to cut it. This down here won't take near as long, I hope. This thing's so slick, it's about to pull sandpaper out of my hands. Now that side there's wore out, so now you just flip it to your other side. And once this side wears out, then you flip it and you set this one on top of that. So you get 3 uses out of it. Yeah, that thing gonna buff up good. I was a little concerned, but not no more. If you ever hear one of them high pitched, you need to stop cleaning it off because that will cut mess up. Get all the sludge off of it. Yeah, let's walk out here and check her out real quick. I'm gonna let her sit out in the sun and dry real good. Then we may push it in the shop to go buff it just because it's hot. So there she is, guys. She's starting to get a, if you notice, you look down through here on the bottom, you can start to see a little sheen and stuff to her. Start seeing just a little reflection in it. Back from getting the beans, so we're gonna get the buffing and see if we can make this thing slicker than snot where it gets too hot even here in the shop. Right now it's 90 degrees inside. We got a little thin one, the burgundy one. It's the A6260, I think that's what it says, or A626Q. I don't know, we're gonna link all these down below. But you just centered it up on here on the pad. It's Velcro backed. And I usually buff on 4 or 4.5 on here. So we're gonna sauce the old pad up here. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that. I just come around here, you just do several little drops. The cool thing about these DAs, I've said before, they don't sling stuff everywhere like the rotaries. But all I do is you just give it a little masuji in here. Make sure all the fibers are coated with this compound, because every fiber that's coated is one that's cut. So that's what you want. So we're gonna masuji that in. I got my microfiber down here, wipe my hands on. And give about 3 drops on there. Put a little bit more, and we're finna get buffing. We're gonna start in the center area. I'm gonna work about a 1 or 2 foot square. You just take this thing, you don't hog down on it. You want this thing, that's why it's got a line here I put on there. You want to see that thing rotating this way and oscillating too. So if you push down hard and it stops and it's not doing this, you're not cutting near as fast. So just basically let the weight of the machine do it and get at it. I'm gonna lock my trigger because I'm used to it, and if you don't feel comfortable locking your trigger, don't. Here we go. And sometimes these newfangled things here, you have to plug in to get them to work. So let's do that. Now maybe it'll do something. Get her plugged it in. All right, trigger lock was on. tell you guys, compared to what she looked like, that's pretty daggone good. I mean, you saw it before. Look at that reflection in that thing. Pow! Slicker than snot, baby. Alright, we're gonna sauce it up a little bit more and keep going and get it worked out real good. I'm just gonna put just a little bit more on it and work it in. We're gonna get this front section. We'll do like a once over with it, and then we'll come back over it one more time. Looking pretty snazzerific there. It's buffing up a lot faster than I thought it was going to. This old Box Troutman Garage clear, boy. This stuff buff nice. Looking nice, looking nice. Saucy sauce. Looking snazzy, boy. Look at that. It's got some little white checks in it for some reason. I don't know what that is, but I don't know if it showed up on the camera. I was going to tell you what was in it. I don't know if I had some trash blowed in it or something that's under the clear or what, but can't hardly see it. Now, try to get all this compound that's off of it. Give her a little quick blowing off. Now we'll go to the polishing, which won't take near as long. All right. Polishing is the same thing. We're just using a different pad. It's a little thicker, and it is the L5010 is what we're using on it. We'll link it down, and we're going to use the old 205 on it, which is a polish. But first, I need some sweet tea. Ain't nothing like some good old sweet tea. Hey. All right. Got juiced up here on some sweet tea. We're gonna sauce this up the same way we did the other one. First time around, you gotta put a decent amount to get all these fibers down. What I do, my old wet sand bucket, I took my blocks out of. It's got the soap and stuff in it. When I get done, instead of letting them sit out here and dry, I throw them face down in my bucket. Then I'll take them to the house and wash them out real good and let them dry. These things will last a long time. I've been using these for probably a year, I'd say. All right, we got that all masuji'd in. And we'll go back, put about 3 for Dale there. That 4 didn't count, but we'll put it in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from the top. I'll probably do half of the top. We'll resauce it, half the bottom. Should be good as soon as I find my, there's a microfiber rag. I'm pouring it all over myself. I don't care, it's so darn hot. All right, that's it. Here it goes. Always make sure you wipe in straight lines. I tell that every video, but sometimes it's you guys' first time visiting. But the reason you don't do the old Mr. Miyagi wax on, wax off, because that puts swirls in and swirls off. You don't want to do that. Straight lines don't matter what direction you go. You just want to do a straight line. It lessens the chances of getting swirls. And then if you get some swirls, let's get you some filler glaze like that brioche or something like that. All right, fluff her back up. Sauce her back up. Do the bottom half. There we go. Whew. That's pretty good. I don't think you can complain about them results. Let's get you a little bit closer to it. We'll take her outside in the sunshine and see if we missed anything. And go find me some more tea. Down to the end, some air conditioning. All right. Yeah, check out how dark that is. Now, that's what black. That's base clear. That's that 9300, but like I said, that's jet black. And you're looking at that and you're like, man, look at the trailer over there. Check that out. And that trailer's over there. That's what you call reflectivity. Look at that. Look. All right, we're done. I'm hot. So we're gonna go over what I think, whether it matters or not. I'm gonna tell you my opinion on it anyhow. So let's get in here in the cold. All right, guys. What's my nickel 98 2-cent opinion? Probably ain't worth none of that on this. Should you paint a whole car with this? I wouldn't personally. Not that the machine don't do what it's supposed to do. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's not made to paint automotive. It'll paint, but it's going to peel because it puts it to it. And if you don't mind peel and you just want to get some paint on something, chassis, you can do body if you want to, whatever you want to do. But it'll spray paint. I mean, it'll spray clear, it'll spray base, it'll spray Rust-Oleum. But would I spray Rust-Oleum with it? Probably not, because you can get a cleaner job with less orange peel out of a can. I mean, even the turbo can's not quite as bad, but a 5-in-1 can, you can get a pretty good job out of 5-in-1 cans. But yeah, like I said, it worked fine. The machine, ain't nothing wrong with the machine. It does it. I'm going to use it around here like to paint the walls in the shop and stuff like that. That's the reason I bought it. But yeah, it's pretty neat though. I really appreciate the idea, guys. I didn't have to cut and buff this. I just want to show you that it could be made slicker than snot. It's just going to work you to death. I've got almost 4 hours in that door from cutting it. And I cut it with DA. If I'd have hand sanded, it'd been longer. So it's going to take some time. It looks cool. It works good. I'm going to link it down there because some of you guys may want to do it. And if that's all your budget allows, don't worry about it. Do what you want to do. Ain't nothing wrong with it. All right, guys. I want to thank y'all once again for the super rad comments and buying the merch and the hats and the Shakemaster 4000s that helps me keep buying all this other stuff. And appreciate the ideas for this, guys. I like doing stuff like this. It's mighty near impossible that we made look good. She's shiner, she's slicker and snot, and that's what we was after. Thank you guys for the super thanks and all this stuff. You guys ain't got to do it, but I really appreciate it. And remember, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you so do we. God bless. We gone.